hey guys, I am your double diamond Tara Stanton. I can't even say my name. I look like junk right now. I just worked out. I wanted to make sure that we did this hangout for you guys to give you guys some tips and ideas and ways to grow your check. I have with me Diamond Krissa, double diamond Krissa Valentine, and diamonds Tabitha Leak. You gotta wave or something. She's frozen. And Robin Shannon Howarder.
Hey guys.
And so we're going to talk to you guys a little bit. We've seen just some confusion with some things. We know that our company has an average pay for rubies that is $5.99 a month. And we wanted to kind of just explain, you know, when people are hitting the bare minimum and they're just barely hitting ruby, and why their check is not $599. So I've made a few things for you guys that I'm going to try to show you, and it may be a little blurry, so I'm going to take pictures and post it in our team group. But, you know, we want to show you guys why, if you're not even a 400 leg, why your check is $20. Why, you know, you're not $5.99 average as a ruby, but you are, you know, making $175 to $200 as a ruby. We want to show you guys what you can do and the power of one in this, and we're going to give you some ideas and tips that we did when we first started that made our checks above average. And, you know, I don't think I've ever made an average check in the beginning. And, you know, I was always, as a distributor, I was always above average, and as an executive, I was above average, and then as a ruby, I was average to above average. So, you know, in my very first month, I made $1,200, and I did that through fast start bonuses, I did that through wrap cash, and I did that through commissions. You know, I sold a ton of wraps in my first month, and I think my first check was over a 9-day period, and it was $100. And you know, but then moving into my first 30 days, I signed 5 distributors. I got 5 fast start bonuses, so that was $500 plus the wrap cash that I made plus my commission check. So I made around $1,200 in my first month. And not everybody does that, and that's okay. Some people have done more than that. I've talked to plenty of people who have passed me in that. And I've talked to quite a few people, and I've seen a lot of people who haven't done that much, and that's okay. And, you know, I'm going to let each of these girls share their stories from the beginning. So why don't you guys, well, actually, let me just show this real quick. Okay, so first of all, let me show you this. If you are a distributor and you have no distributors under you, here is the math. And so if you're a 400 and you run your 80 BB auto ship, you're getting paid on $320. And so the commission on that is $32. 32 times 10%, $32. It may be a little more if it's on loyal customers. You know, that would be loyal customers. So it would actually be 15%, wouldn't it? My bad. Wasn't thinking. Hang on, let me fix that for you. So you're gonna make $48. Is that right? Yeah. You're gonna make $48. Sorry. So here's the thing right here. If you have $400 and you put in $150 to get commission qualified instead of running your 80 BB auto ship, you have $250. So $250 times 15%. It's $37.50. So if your check is $19, it's because you didn't hit 400. And if you did hit 400 and your check is $19, something's up. You just let us know. We'll help you figure it out. But the point is, it's in the math. And I was telling them, you know, a lot of times people just come on and think they can do the work and that the average pay is promised and that's what it is. No, it's a guideline and it's a standard to set yourself by. So I was telling them when I was in high school, I worked at Sears. And you know, I worked on the sales floor, and I worked in sporting goods and like plumbing and all that stuff. And it was a commission-based job. And even in high school, I would write down each night how much I did in sales, so I knew kind of how to figure out my check. And if I knew I had bills to pay, or I knew I needed to go out, or I knew I wanted to go shopping or do whatever with my money in high school, I would add it up and think, okay, I've got to work more. I've got to push more. And buddy, I made sure I was talking to people when they were coming on the sales floor. And you know, that was just at Sears, and that was in high school, and I took that responsibility on in high school as, you know, 17, 18 years old. And so I feel like this is something that we all need to do and be responsible, and I do it myself. And it's still that same way of thinking, is that you need to know where you want to be, where you want to go, and how to get there. And so just, you got to know these numbers. And people are like, it's not about the numbers, it's about the people. Well, this is my thing. You do your numbers with your head and the people with your heart, and your business will be great. So here's the other thing. Ruby. Okay, so if you are the Ruby, can y'all hear me? Somebody shake your head. No? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, it's my hand, that's what it is. So, okay, the Ruby does not have to be a 400 leg, and neither does your executive. But these people have to be at 400. These people can either run their 80 BB auto ship or be at 150. Everyone has to do that, but for the sake of adding up volume, they're either going to be at 150 or 80. Hopefully they're going to be at 400, by example, will be a 400 leg, but worst case scenario, 150. So you add that up. 400 times 4 people is 1,600. 150 times 2 people is 300. That's $1,900 in volume. $1,900 in volume times 10% that you make on your top 2 lines is $190. You're also going to make an enroller bonus of 5%. We'll say this person enrolled these people, Mike, you enrolled these 3 people. This person enrolled these people. So you are going to get 5% on these 3. Well, that equals $950 times 5%. There's your check. You know, you're going to have 47 plus 190. That's $237. I'm going to take a picture of that. So what do you need to do? You know, that average number, they get that number by, you know, taking the average check, like the checks, adding them up and dividing them by the number that they, you know, added together. So what that standard is what you're saying. It's not like they just threw out the number, you should make this much, but it also includes your fast start bonuses. Because on that Ruby, you had those 3 people on top. That's another 300. Well, plus that 279, that's 599 that you made in the month. So you guys got to think about every penny that you make. And how much money are you making? You know, how much wrap cash do you have? How much fast start bonuses do you have? How much commission did you make? Add that all together. Now, wrap cash is not in the averages, but it is a factor in your business. So make sure you're adding all that up when you're trying to figure out how much money you've made. The other thing that I want to throw out really quickly is that sometimes people are getting discouraged because they're not signing 3 distributors or 5 distributors. And I think a lot of times that pressure that you put on yourself, it paralyzes you and it hinders you. And, you know, last year they started a thing, starts with 1. It was that green carpet. It starts with 1. Everybody had to take a picture. You know, that was us. And we started with 1. And do you remember that? Krista was with me. We were at a green carpet in October. And so then the starts with 1 bracelets came out on in the kits. And so I want to show you the power of 1. And you can pause your screen and look at this, but what it is, the power of 1, you start this business and you add 1. You now have 2. 2 people go and add 1. You've added 2 more. That's 4. 4 people go and add 4. You now have 8. 8 people add 8, and you now have 16. And you do that. If every single person that you add every month and everybody adds just 1, By the time you get to the 12th month, a year later, you have 4,096 distributors. Does it always happen that way? No, but guys, that's the math. I mean, it's that simple. That's the power of adding one. And I added up the volume. If those people, I think, let me add it up again. I just want to make sure I tell you the right number. If every one of those people got to 400, your volume is crazy. That's 1,638,400 in volume, and your GV. That's a lot of money. Now, you still want to make sure you're promoting, and we're not going to get into charting in this, but the power of one. I want everybody to focus on one. Just go get one. So that's really all I have, and I just wanted to kind of give that perspective to you guys. We talked about it at the team meeting last night, and I want to open up for these girls to share. And Krissa, I guess we'll just go in order of the pictures on my screen, but if Krissa will go first, just what did you do in the beginning, and when your check wasn't quite as much as you thought it would be, what did you do to get it up? You're muted. You're muted.
My bad. But I just talk to more people. You have to do more follow-ups. You have to talk to more people. I mean, if you talk to 5 people today, you maybe might get one person to sign. Probably not even that. But if you're talking to 100, 200 people, you know, daily, weekly, that's more people that'll order from you. That's more people that'll join you. The more people you talk to, the more people will join you. And, you know, the thing is, people say that I signed so many distributors and stuff like that, but the thing is, like, if you compare your follow-ups, maybe you have 30 follow-ups and 30 people to talk to. Compare that to how long I've been in and how many people I've talked to before. It might be 300. So that might be why I get 10 people to sign and you might get one. It's all a numbers game. Everything's numbers. So you want to sign more people, you want more customers, you got to talk to more people. That's all it is. You got to do your 3-3 rule every day. You can't slack. We've all had our times. We've all had our days, but you got to keep pushing. I mean, a low check has got to be motivation for you. I mean, if it's just like a regular job, if you work 20 hours a week at McDonald's this week and your check was low, what do? You work more hours to get more money. So it's the same thing with this, except you're sitting on your couch. So that's just my biggest thing. Talk to more people. You got to keep pushing.
And wasn't there a time, I remember you said, I don't remember this playing out this way, but I've heard you say it, that there was a time where you got serious. Like you didn't believe it and think that it could happen, so you were just kind of piddling. But when you got serious is when the rubber met the road and you took off, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, when I first started, you know, we can't talk about amounts, but it was less than $100. That was motivation. You know, I kind of played around with it, and even playing around, I went Ruby. I was working, but I was still playing around. I wasn't serious. I didn't know what this was going to do. I was in school full time, so I used the whole I don't have time excuse. But then one day, I mean, I don't know if Tara preached to me. I don't know what happened. But, I mean, it has to hit you. I mean, you have to either say, I don't have time, so I can't work this business, or you have to say, I don't have time, so I need to fit this business in because that's going to give me my time. I mean, this time last year, I worked from probably 6:37 every morning to 5 o'clock p.m., and then I went to school from 6 to 11. When was I going to have time for anything? So what I did was I continued to post. I met people for raps on my breaks. I posted on my breaks. You got to do what you got to do. And then, look, a year later, I retired myself and I retired DJ. What if I didn't? What if I just said, you know what, my check was $500 and that's just not enough, or my check was $19, that's just not enough, I'm just going to quit. Oh, okay, well, I wouldn't be here now. My checks wouldn't be hitting 5 figures, and me and DJ wouldn't be home owning our own time. Like, he's playing the game. This is what we do. I'm sitting here working on Facebook. This is what we do. So this can be motivation to either get off your butt and work this business, or go back to McDonald's and get you some extra hours so you can get a $80 check. So which is it?
Yep. Love it. Okay, Shannon, go ahead.
Sorry, I had a screaming 2-year-old. My biggest thing is reaching out to people and being consistent with posting. I think that, I know I had a guy tell me that he'd been watching me and 2 other girls in our town who all sold It Works consistently on Facebook. The other 2 just kind of started dropping off slowly, and he saw that I was the one who was continuing to post, and, you know, here over a year later, I'm still here. He said that spoke volumes to him, and he ended up signing with me because of that. So that's been huge. I think being excited, and I say it over and over, but personal testimonies has been like probably the biggest thing in my business, I think. When people can see that you use the products and that they work for you, that's huge. They want to know, they know you. They don't know all these other random people that you're posting, so to them, that means nothing. And I know I've had a lot of my new girls come on, and people are asking them, well, I want to see what it does for you. I want to see how it's changed your life. I want to see how it's helped you, you know, after you've had babies. I don't want to see these random people. So that's been huge for me. Reaching out and making new friends has been big, because you can only use the people you know for so long. You need to you need to expand your network. Wearing the gear. In the last 2 weeks, I've worn It Works stuff everywhere I go, and you would not believe how much people come up to me at the tanning bed. I have this same sweatshirt on, literally no makeup, my hair in a wad, yoga pants on. Go to the tanning bed. I'm so tired. It was a crazy weekend, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, tell me about It Works. You know, does it work? Are you able to do well with it? I've heard a lot about it." It caught me off guard. I was expecting to go in there and just tan. I was tired trying to tan for my brother's wedding, but I'm telling you, that is blitzing in itself. It will bring people to you. My decal on the back of my car has also been huge. I've got a couple of potential distributors just from the back of my car. So even these people that are afraid to go out and start blitzing, there's different ways that you can get started in that. So my favorite thing, like Tara always says, is if your mouth is closed, so is your business. And you couldn't be more truthful than that. You have to let people know that you're open for business. You have to work it every day, not like a hobby. If you want it to work and you want it to go somewhere, you need to work it and be serious about it and make the time for it. So,
yeah. And I know that there's been 2 incidences that I can remember with you, like one last fall when you were just kind of discouraged and had some stuff going on in life, and then you know, when you lost your diamond and got it back.
Yeah.
In that moment when your check dropped and you felt discouraged, what was your thinking, and how did you get yourself back up on your feet and recover?
When I lost my I went diamond in April and I lost it in May because some people just kind of, some of the people just kind of started falling off. I literally was working that last day of the month it was like May, 30th, 31st, I don't know. I was working until midnight trying to fill that volume. And I remember when I didn't hit it, I just sat there and cried. And my husband was like, he felt so bad. He didn't know what to say. He was like, did you give it your all? Did you sit here till the last minute and work your business? Yes. He said, so you can't be upset with that. You did everything you could. He said, let's just make this month even better and let's get it back. And that's what I did. I reached out to more people, tried to post more, tried to be positive. I didn't let my team know because I wanted to be a leader. I didn't want them to, we all have things go on in our life, and I didn't think that I needed to tell my team that to get them discouraged. I wanted them to show them that I can get past that, and I've kept it every month since, and I've not lost it. Camden, baby, mommy's on. You need to go for a second. Sorry, guys. But I've not even been close to losing it ever since then. So. Yeah. Oh, 2-year-olds.
Well, I'm proud of you. Okay, thank you. Tabitha, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that we had talked about was when you first come in and you get your first paycheck and it's not what you're expecting. Tara broke that down. I love what Shannon and Krista said, but a lot of what they said I think comes into play when you're getting comfortable and you're getting familiar with your business. I know when I first started, I never thought to reach out to random people or to instant message random people. I was scared to death. So this is what I tell my team when they're first getting started, and they're like, well, nobody's liking my posts, nobody's commenting. Be consistent. When you first start posting this, somebody out there may never have even seen it. They think you've been hacked. You are posting half-naked bodies on your Facebook, and they think you've been hacked. So they're either going to watch you and see that you're consistent and know that this is something that is real that you're doing and they know where to come to get it, or they're just going to they're going to approach you. And so you've got to give it a little more time than just 2 weeks or a month for people to realize what you're doing. And then, like we were talking, I came in, I think it was on the 16th of July in 2013. I had my launch party and I signed my 4 distributors. From my 4 distributors, I made less than half of what the average income for a distributor is. I think the average was, or it still is, like $72 or $79. I made less than half of that. Okay, so my rank was a distributor. Why did I not make the average amount? So I kept pushing. I kept posting. I got with Tara. I was still in my learning process, and she was my sponsor. So I got with her, and we brainstormed, and we came up with different ideas to do different things because I wanted it. So you may not be at that point when you're still new that you want to go out and talk to strangers, or you may not have that mentality yet. But if you can get with your sponsor, get some ideas, get brainstorming something to change up your Facebook or change up the way people are going to see this company through you, that could help a lot in bringing people to you to where you can talk to them, get comfortable with it, and then eventually go out and reach new people, talk to strangers, message people out of the blue. Hey, have you heard of that crazy rap thing? I would have never considered myself doing that in my first month because it was still raw. It was still new to me. So if you can do your training and get comfortable and stay consistent on Facebook to where those people don't think you've been hacked and they can get their bearings around what you're doing, what you're posting about, I think that could make a huge difference. So if you could at least give it more than that 1 month for them to realize and understand that, I think you'll see a difference. That's all I got. Oh, and because I did that, I came in July 16th. Because I did the tips that I just gave you guys in August, my check was over what the average as a distributor is, and I stayed over the average because of those tips. I'm done, Tara.
Sorry, we just found out some horrible news.
You okay?
Yeah. Today.
Something that helped me, guys, in the beginning, I was really good at signing loyal customers because I know so many people come in and they're discouraged about signing distributors. Loyal customers are going to grow your business too. That's going to grow your paycheck. When I first started, my first paycheck was $54, and that was 4 loyal customers. Second month in, it was like $307, and I think I added like a handful of other distributors. And then my third month, it was $932, and I had 30 loyal customers total. And I just signed 1 distributor, and she had nothing. So that was just loyal customers. So that's going to really increase your paycheck too. So loyal customers are always a good thing.
Yeah, and with Tabitha, what she was saying about getting out of her comfort zone and things, like, it's not hard for me to talk to people, but and I know there's a lot of people it's not hard to talk to people, but some people it is, and we know that this business can do anything for anyone. It can be what you need it to be, and you set the pace. And yes, there's goals in the beginning, like getting your first 4 loyal customers in your 30 days that are going to help you grow your business quickly, and make sure that you're making a profit quickly and not having to take so long to start seeing a profit. And we just know, this is what I like to see. I know that we say, you know, your 3-3 rule, you're with posting, post 3 or 3 business, 3 personal posts every day. Message, you know, like Chris is saying, if you need more, add more, you know, 100 people a week or whatever. Whatever that number is, if it overwhelms you, do less, but do more than what you're doing. So if you're doing 2 people a day, make it a goal this week to do 3. And then once you've done 3 for a week, then do 4 a day. And add 1 person a day. And then add 2 people a day until you get comfortable with it. And go at your pace and learn, because if you push yourself too hard, you're going to spaz out and quit. And if you push yourself not enough, you're not going to be satisfied and quit. The biggest thing is to stay plugged into these groups, to stay plugged into your upline, to stay plugged into team meetings, corporate events, so that you know what you're doing and what you're talking about. Then take that and go do it at your pace. God has a plan for you, and He has a way He's going to stretch you and mold you, and that way is different than what He's doing for me or Krissa or Shannon or Tabitha and anybody else, you know. And so, like, for me, I might need to do 200 a week. I might need to do, you know, more, or I might need to take a day and regroup and get my focus and get organized, and then start, okay, 1 a day, 2 a day, 4 a day, 6 a day, you know, whatever it is, your messages, follow-ups, posts, calls, whatever it is. And just think about it. It starts with 1. Do 1 distributor. Once you get that 1, go for 1 more. You're always going to be going for 1 more. Yes, try to do 4 loyals, 3 distributors, 4 and 3, 4 and 3. Think about it. Every month. When you do that, it's going to naturally build your business. But just start with 1, the first one of those 3. Then you get that one, and then you go to the next one, and then the next one. Same thing with your 4 loyals. Starts with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Starts with 1. Focus on that 1. 1, 1, 1. I'm going to beat it into your head. 1, 1, 1. So I really appreciate these girls so much for getting on and sharing their stories, and I hope that it encourages you guys. I hope that you are so encouraged and you're ready to just go better your business where you're at right now. These coming months, Mark Pentecost has something big for us. And guys, I want to throw this out there. If it's not bonuses, whatever it is, He always sets us up for success and for whatever's coming in the coming months. Like this cruise has set us up, I'm sure, for whatever He's bringing to us for the end of the year. And whatever the end of the year brings us is what He's going to set us up going into conference. He is such a genius at things like this, and He has not let us down yet. And so if it's not bonuses, we cannot be discouraged, but encouraged, and whatever He has laid before us, run with it. I mean, run with it, because it will set you up for success and to build your paychecks. And one more thing I want to add is to go for bank, not rank. Look at the ways you can make money and increase your check. Yes, you want to go up in rank. Yes, you will increase your pay, but don't get so hung up on going up in rank that you lose pay. So, because you can go up in rank and people can pass you and you can lose pay. So just make sure you're looking at all the numbers and you're going for the bank, not the rank. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks so much for joining.